Hi, everybody. Welcome to Women Making Big Sales. This is Melinda Chen, and here we're talking about mindset and how important it is when it comes to selling to big companies to have a strong mindset. I've been talking a lot about mindset and the fear of selling to big companies. We all have it. I have been in sales for 16 years. I always sell to those big executives. Even today, when I send out, the big proposals that would represent $500,000 proposals, I still get scared. And there's always a constant mindset challenge. I am always trying to figure out the better ways and different ways to really attack this mindset subject. I'm passionate about it. I'm always trying to figure out how other people do it. I have my own strategies, and I've been sharing with you guys the strategy to overcome the fear of selling. But I would like to invite somebody who's been doing it a little bit differently, and she has spent many years trying to figure this out. And I'd like to share her thoughts with you so that maybe you'll get different perspectives. And I hope that inspires you. It helps you develop the stronger mindset, because no matter what you do, it's always important. It could be about selling to big clients, small clients. Maybe if you try to decide on taking on different or new projects, there might be the doubts. And how do we overcome that? And how do we develop those how do we overcome that, the negative voices that always come out and from time to time, despite no matter what we do and how old we are. So today I'm speaking with Galitta. She is the founder of Happy Goddessa. And she's been spending years. She came from the arts world, and she's passionate about helping entrepreneurs or people develop those mindsets. We talked a little bit about the short-term strategy and long-term strategy, but since we only have limited time, let's really pick her brain and see what she has to do about it. Hi, how are you?
Hi. Yes, pick my brain. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I'm really excited that I get to talk to you because you came from this artistic background, right? I mean, look at your background. You got the beautiful mannequin, your costume. And me, it's just like white. That's it, boring. I'm very analytical. I'm constantly thinking about sales and corporate world. But I want to hear what you think about mindset, because I think it's such an important topic. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit of your background and what you've done and what you're doing now?
Yes. Okay, so I'm a singer-songwriter, I'm an artist, I'm a painter, I do all of the creative arts. But when I was 21, while I was performing, I started my own business of entertainment business. I started to grow my group, and I got into entrepreneurship on sheer passion and enthusiasm. And I had something there that later in life I started to examine, what is this mindset that I had? I had absolutely no fear whatsoever. I just strong confidence of being completely aligned with purpose and passion. And this is one of the things we talk about when you want to expand your power in sales. You have to be aligned with your own authentic voice. And this is what I do now. So shortly, I started my business. I grew really fast. I did all of the creative directing of my business. And after a few years, when I got really high, I crashed. I crashed because I was so young, I didn't build a strong foundation for my business. As I said, I was flying with enthusiasm and passion and putting shows together and big band and dancers, and it was fabulous. What happened after the crash is that I came into a different understanding of who I am. I stopped everything. I also lost everything I built. And I really thought that if I would close myself in my room, that I will evaporate and die.
Oh.
But something interesting happened. I didn't evaporate and die. I just went into deeper levels of being in this quiet, what we call in our world the underworld. And then I started to write songs and so my creativity really expanded, and it gave me a completely different look on myself, on business, on personal growth, on who we are, what are we related to, our ancestors, and our belief system. So I started a journey of trying to rebuild myself again based on this new knowledge I got from the underworld. So I developed a method that was related to how do I bring my own happiness and my own fulfillment into the world. And it had to do with voice. And of course, because I was singing, it started with a physical voice. But then I realized in this 2 years that I didn't see anybody. And it was very dramatic. I really closed the door of the telephone. I stopped my business and I just burned myself out, or let's say took myself out of a burnout. But then I came to, in connection to our, what I call the inner voice, connection to this, invisible part of ourselves that is much bigger, grander, and wiser. And then I came also to the connection to our emotional voice, because when you go through a change or through a challenge, you meet your emotions, you meet your blockages and how to. And the other component, which it's very important for anybody who's trying to manifest something magnificent in the world, it's our mind voices. So I realized that I'm working with a real voice, not only the physical, not only the inner, not only the emotional, not the mental, all four of them. And that became the base of what is now Happy Goddessa Guide. And I didn't mean to, but that's what happened. Then I returned into business with that knowledge, using the power of the creative arts, which I love, of performing and the art, opening the head, the music, the painting, intuition, all of those things, with growth, with personal growth, which is a little bit deeper. So when we are talking about how do we become special in our field, it goes back always to our authentic voice.
How do you discover our own authentic voice? And, do you have any strategies and tips? Yeah. Yes.
The first step would be to get connected to your inner voice. It starts, I'm doing this directions because I was talking inner voice, which is the east. In the south, we have the physical voice. On the west, we have the emotional voice. And in the north, we have the mental voice. And I find that we are always working with one of the four of all four. But if we are realizing that we are a whole person, we become bigger from inside and outside. And that's completely reflecting our authenticity. Who are we really? Mm-hmm. Because you're not only who you are now, you are your talents, you are things from your genetic family, you are things that from other aspects of yourself that are not conscious. Because our consciousness actually is only 7% of our brain. The other 93, it's amazing when you realize, yes. So then it comes to the point, if you want to make a sale, if you want to make your business a success and something is holding you back, mm-hmm. you can see that your consciousness wants that. I want that deal. I want that deal.
Yeah.
But something jeopardizing. And the thing that's jeopardizing is not outside of ourselves. We know now more from quantum physics about the real reality. Yeah. The thing that's jeopardizing us is in our subconscious.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that it's our fault. It means that it's in our hands. Mm-hmm. That is very empowering. So when we talked before about how do we give specific strategies to have confidence, to raise the bar, yeah. and do big sales. So I said there is shorter, if you have an interview and you feel a little bit shaky, there are some things you can do with your physical body. There are some things you can do with your breath. There are some things you can do. Automatically, you will recharge your physicality.
Do you have a few examples to share with us? Couple of tips?
Yes. Okay, that's a real quickie one.
Yes.
Yes. It's very simple. But if you understand our system, it works amazing and why it works. But we will not talk about why. We'll just how to do it. So with our physical body, when we changing our posture, it's called the power posture.
Oh, wow.
When we raise
the hand, we don't really see so basically the hand is kind of like that?
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
Yes. Okay, let me make it more specific. Mm-hmm. When you have an interview or you have to talk in public or you really have to do something now and get your confidence raised up, go to the toilet or a place where you can have 2 minutes by yourself.
Yeah.
and you bring yourself into your body. So not go, I have to do. You just bring it yourself to your body. Like you feel your feet, you feel your center, you feel your body, you raise your hand.
So like that?
Yes, open.
Open.
Okay,
yes. It's like a big, big Y.
Yeah. You close your eyes, because when you close your eyes, you close some of the chatty part of the brain.
I'm going to see if I feel this difference. Okay.
Yes. And you breathe. I give you one breath that is very, very powerful. It's called 4-7-8. Mm-hmm. That goes 4. You hold it for 7. You release 8. This automatically changes the biochemical of the brain to rest, but you have to do it 10 times. So you take the time, you have your posture, you close your eyes, and you basically allow the brilliant genius part of you to take over. And then you use your mental voice to say, I am powerful. Whatever is the thing. If you feel nervous,
is amazing.
It's so effective. But I would do all 4. So take yourself away from people so you're not busy with la, 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 la.
Yeah.
You do your posture, you close your eyes, you put your breath into slower 4-7-8, and then you make a mental decision, I am powerful. And if I take it one step further, that you see the person or the public you're going to talk to as the people or the person you want to serve. It's not about me, I want to look good, I want to sell good. I want them to feel empowered. I want them to crystal clear understand what I say. I want them to go, I want to work with this salesperson. So you come from a point of service. But
I absolutely agree with that.
And heart. So it's all 4 voices I just mentioned.
Hand, eyes,
breath, and the mental thing of what you're deciding. Your intention is, I'm going to be powerfully in my power, and I'm going to serve those beautiful people. So the best win-win can happen.
Okay. Well, I'm going to jump. I think this is such a powerful gesture. And what I've noticed is that a lot of people I coach, they know what their weakness is, and they all have different weaknesses or mental block or mental obstacles. So you're saying that right before they're about to do the thing that they fear the most, sometimes it's about networking, sometimes it's about making that calls that would about to ask for the sales. You would suggest them to do that?
Yes. That's the short term. This you do in emergency situations.
Emergency situations.
But also every morning. Every morning you can really set up your system to be total perfection with all of what you are. Uh-huh. Your mind, your body, your spirit, and your heart. When you have all 4, you're unbeatable. Mm-hmm. This is one. But that's for the short term.
Okay.
If you want to create a life of feeling powerful and happy, of course, I'm a happiness coach, so I talk about happiness. You would want to ingrain that into your life, not only in emergency, just before you have to give a talk to 500 people, but to take the long term to make yourself a truly powerful person, not only on that moment. And that long term is taking us into the subconscious aspect of ourselves. Mm-hmm. So I know in the world of sales and some other industries, the fast-pacing, linear thing, this is the thing to go. Of course, this is great. If you can couple it with the other world, which is more the circle, the content, the quiet, the stillness, the female, the subconscious, where all the real power is. Mm-hmm. You are making yourself powerful, not only just before you give the sale talk, but in your life. And when you do that, you become an attractive because that subconscious, that female, that power of the inside world of you That's where the magnetic power is. So you want to have the power of the electric to be extrovert, to talk to people, to be energizing, to be
Yeah, go after big cells. But at the same time,
yes, but that power, which is small, it's only 7%.
Exactly.
That conscious world becomes much more powerful if you start to investigate and bring out your other world.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you the same question. Do you have any exercise or tips that you could help people when they just, to further get in touch with their unconscious world?
Yes. Well, this is what I do.
Perfect. We're getting so much here. We're really picking your brain here.
I love it. I love it because that empowerment that every person can do for themselves, that's how we make the world much more creative and innovative and happy. If every person can be inside their own authentic center, what else do we want?
I know. Much better world.
Yes. So the Happy Goddessa guide is based on self-discovery. That's the inside world, which is like 90% of everything. And the self-expression world, which we love. So the beginning of coming into your world is starting with a decision to start to self-knowledge, self-examination, self-discovery. And that brings you into other aspects of yourself. You will see that some of the most successful people, they can have a downtime or creative time or really emotional. They're not only one side. It's not only the successful salesperson you see outside. They're backstage. The backstage of their life is rich. They know it. Mm-hmm. They know it exists. So if I will say about the long term, how to make yourself a confident person who go and enjoy selling with success, is to be able to go into your inner world and to meet the shadow aspect of something. That requires a little bit willingness. Like, for example, if I have an issue that I don't dare to call that person.
Exactly.
I know when I call that person, it will move my career, for example.
Exactly.
And I will have this self-sabotaging thing that will not do it.
It always happens. Yeah, it will happen. And
so the conscious part, the 7-10% of us go like, I want it. But something in the 90%, in the biggest part of us doesn't want that. And the only way you can get yourself completely on board to make that talk and to rock it is if you're addressing this little shadow part that doesn't want to talk with that person.
So how do you address that? Do you think, a lot of people talk about journaling.
Well, it's with going to the world within.
Okay.
You hear me? Yeah? It starts with going to the world within. I'm creating sound journeys that are a complete roadmap how to go into your inner world and to a very specific place. And it's with sound, and it's with sound frequencies, and it's with music, and it's with guided meditation with shaman. It's all the tools to help.
Amazing.
Yes. But if you don't have that, you should have that. But if you don't have that, what you want to do is to bring your brainwave into another brainwave than the conscious one. So when we are conscious, when we do shopping and cooking and selling, we are in a beta brainwave. This is the brainwave of activity of life in this world, When we close our eyes and we start to breathe in a yoga class or something, we're coming into the alpha brainwave. This is the relaxing one. When we go deeper than that, we come into the theta brainwave. And when we go deeper than that, it's delta, and it's where we sleep. So the part of our subconscious where we can go into our world and change anything we want to change. Like, for example, there is a part of us that is freaking out to make that call to that person or client. We can only talk to it if we go to Theta. Mm-hmm. Because this is where we entering our own subconscious, which is our universe. And then, so if you calm yourself down and breathe and you take yourself to alpha, this is already good. When you go deeper into relaxation, this is the part where you can start to command and order your subconscious in the way that you would like. So you will go, who is who is afraid to talk to that person? I'm not afraid to talk to that person. I'm not afraid to do the sale, but something in me is afraid. And it really helps. I like that work when you do it to work with sub-personality. If you do it with the creative arts, it's just like a game. You can do it with writing. You can do it with talking. You can do it with meditation. You just ask who is afraid to talk to that person. And you let that part talk, write, or speak. Or you just see it. So you will see that there's a child there that has an issue with this kind of figures because it reminds it its father and very bad association. You don't have to get into the whole psychology. Mm-hmm. We are in a special time. Everything is much more liquid. You can go and shift things. You just want to see the child and just to tell them, oh, I see you. I see that you're afraid, and that's okay. And this is already enough, because that part of the shadow, it just wants to be seen. So if you want to do something and you're afraid, you have to go into really relaxing and loving state and then ask who is afraid. And when whatever you see, you say, it's okay. If you are about to speak in public and you are afraid, you say, who is afraid to speak? And something will say, I am. And you just give it any picture. Your mind will do that for you anyway. And you just to say to that shadow, okay, come, we'll go together on the stage. And that part will hold the fear and you will be without fear. But it's
and already that you'll be able to see the result like this, right? Yeah, to recognize it.
Much more deeper than that, and you can expand it. But basically, if you're addressing the part of you that is not willing to do that thing that your conscious part want to do, and you renegotiate, what do you need? How can I help you? You will see that it will transform and will become something else. But only the fact that you would look at it and admit that there is a part of me that is freaking out of calling that client, you are already going to move it into a better place.
Wow, that is a really powerful thing. Especially well, if people want to know more about it, I think already we've got some very, very, very important lessons learned here. But if people want to know more about what you do and your new projects, what is the best way to reach you?
Well, my company called Happy Goddessa, happygoddessa.com. And when you come there, you can take a course for free that will explain to you your 4 powers, your 4 voices. Wow. And that's the seed of like everything.
Wow.
There is a lot to learn about that, but just to become aware that you are all of what you are can really help in anything you want to conquer.
Yeah, I definitely believe in that. I mean, I've been selling for 16 years and I work with a lot of entrepreneurs, but fundamentally, despite all the strategies and tips or hacks and things like that, fundamentally, we still have to address the mindset part. Because like you said, the 93% of that part, we don't talk about it, but it is there. And it's
the one that decides everything. It decides if you're rich or poor, if you are good
happy or unhappy.
Yes. So you want to get to know that part and bring them to your consciousness, and you become a bigger person.
Well, I am really happy that you're sharing this with me. I'm sure this one is going to be very, very helpful for some of the audience out there.
I hope so. So I want them to go and rock it and feel really good about it and change the world in any way that they see fit.
Oh my God, I love your passion. I love the enthusiasm. It's really the artist here that's talking. But I want to thank you very much, and hopefully you'll come back again and share more tips with us. So tell us when you have more stuff going on, and we'll be happy to share with other people.
Good. I enjoyed myself. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And everybody out there, we're here to help you expand your world and grow. And like what Galitta said, we are here to help you, live passionately. And, yeah, and these are amazing things. And I know sales could be tough. And there could be a lot of ups and downs. And that's life, when you're really thriving for great relationship, happiness in life, or, you know, the freedom for your business. I know, you know, you want your business to help you create this free life, or, you know, work-life balance that you're hoping for. And there's a lot of up and downs. So I really hope this is useful, because you know what? Life is short. So might as well live it and enjoy it and address that inner child there, because you deserve it.
Take the time. That's good.
Thank you. And I'll talk to you next time. Bye.
Yes.